Hello, my name is Peter DeSantis and I'm a student counsellor working at the University of Hertfordshire. I wanted to share a short video about how I frame the impact of COVID-19 on the individual person from a philosophical perspective. I initially trained as a psychotherapist with an existential approach which informs the perspective I want to share with you. Very briefly and broadly, existentialism is a philosophical movement that concerns itself with what it means to exist as a human being in light of the unavoidable challenges and difficulties individuals encounter in life. The political and social changes that have been imposed upon us in light of COVID-19 have reduced and limited our normal lives. You could say that our freedoms have been curbed to some degree. However, freedom or free will is necessarily limited. To be free does not mean unlimited or total freedom. Rather, to be free means that we can only ever make choices from the available options in front of us, and that most things or factors going on in our lives are not within our control. This is not something to be necessarily disappointed in or worried about, however. In fact, the act of making limited choices can help to make our choices more valuable and purposeful. If we had total freedom from all available options, maybe we would not value our decisions as much. At the same time, being free to choose is also about taking responsibility for our choices. On the one hand, being free can be liberating, and on the other hand, being free to choose can cause us anxiety due to the consequences of our choices and the responsibility that goes hand in hand with that. The pressure to know how to respond to situations is something we tend to deal with whether COVID-19 is occurring or not. But the impact of COVID-19 can help to bring this fact to light. The social and political restrictions implemented in accordance with COVID-19 add further complications, pressures and challenges to our freedom to choose. These conditions have narrowed the scope of our lives in many respects, but they have not obliterated our freedom completely. In that sense, nothing much has changed. We can still decide how to spend our time and how we make choices, even if they aren't always ones we most desire. In an often unpredictable and uncertain world, we can at least rely on our ability to decide how to respond to the questions the world asks of us, along with the anxiety those choices might entail, and even if those questions are incredibly difficult to answer. This ability to choose how to respond is something that we all share as human beings. How we respond under the circumstances might involve deciding how to restructure our daily routines and schedules, how to replace the loss of some things with the addition of others. And through all of this change, struggle and adaptation, we can try to make time to check in with ourselves. Maybe during these circumstances, more self-care is needed.